Welcome to this week's edition of the Cheap Pop Podcast with K-Double and Alpha. Boys, take it away.
The following Four Aces production is for mature audiences only. Listener discretion is highly advised.
Hello, 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 hello. Is there anybody in there? Just nod if you can hear me. Is there anyone home? All right. For those of you who don't know, that was a little Pink Floyd I just dropped on your head. Like one of my favorite songs, Comfortably Numb. Like, oh.
Damn right.
If you haven't heard it, like just, smoke a blunt and listen to it. And it'll catch you. But I am K-Double, double K. That man to my right is Alpha.
This time.
And we are the Cheap Pop Podcast. First of all, I want to make a quick announcement. Just told Alpha off air. Cheap Pop officially has its first syndication home on the Live 365 Four Aces Presents radio network. It's an all-night, 24-hour radio station. We're on every day, Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. with the classic episode of the Cheap Pop Podcast. So if you like us here, go ahead and listen to us there when you're missing us in between weeks when we drop the lives on Spreaker. So, or we drop the fresh podcast on.
Exactly. Catch some of our reruns on the flip side.
For sure. All right. So this week we were gonna talk. I know we mentioned at the last thing that we were gonna talk some more comics and stuff like that, but time catches up with us. We are working men. And unfortunately sometimes we don't get an opportunity to go do the things that we want to do. So this episode has been flipped on its head, power bombed and tombstoned 1, 2, 3, because we're gonna be talking wrestling.
Fucking wrestling.
So biggest news in wrestling right now. Biggest news in wrestling right now.
Sound just like him.
Is the man by the name of TK, otherwise known as the one and only Tony Kahn, owner of AEW, head honcho, big nuts, Tony Two Flakes. Came out. Now, I will give him credit. He said this was a big announcement. He never once said it was a huge signing. He never said it was going to be anybody in particular.
Exactly.
He just said it was going to be a huge announcement. And it was a huge announcement. TK went out and spent a good chunk of money purchasing Legacy. Purchasing Legacy. Ring of Honor Wrestling has a legacy that goes back 25, 30 plus years. They got a library that's outstanding.
That's where the money's at.
And that's where the money's at.
That's for me. That's where all the fucking emphasis is, dude. Because look, like TK having the namesake of Ring of Honor is something interesting because at the end of the day, this could be it for Ring of Honor. Like if this is Ring of Honor being retired, I would be happy with it because I feel like Ring of Honor has made its contribution to the wrestling business. And now that TK owning purely and solely just the tape library of Ring of Honor is enough to keep it fucking alive.
Yeah.
But there are talks of it now being like a developmental to AEW, which is extremely interesting, actually.
I think it would be great. Kind of like it's basically the same business model that WWE used with Progress.
Yeah, with Progress and Evolve.
Yeah, with Progress and Evolve. You know, they can bring in new talent there. They can test them out on the small screen. before they bring them up to the big show.
That's true.
You know, I like it. I can't, there's nothing bad I can say about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think it in any way levels the field as far as their equality to WWE, but I think that it definitely gives them something, another form of revenue.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, my biggest thing is this: if they really want to start making some money, bring y'all asses to the West Coast.
Yo,
Stop doing everything on the East Coast. Like WWE has even brought WrestleMania to the West Coast a couple of times.
Yep.
You know, so bring it to the
AEW
West
doesn't
Coast.
do anything over here in the fucking West.
You know, like, yeah, your wrestlers may come out here and wrestle from time to time, but I want to see an AEW show.
That's true, exactly.
At the Cow Palace. I want to see the AEW, yeah, because I really doubt like Oracle Arena or Chase Center, the big ones that probably have like big money contracts with WWE for WWE to always be there. I really doubt they're going to be with AEW. But if you've ever been to the Oakland Coliseum, O.Co Coliseum, could you imagine an AEW show there?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can see that.
You know? And so it's just one of those type of things where like you want to make some more money, TK, bring your ass to the West Coast.
Come to the West.
There's money to be made out here in LA. There's money to be made in Sacramento. There's money to be made in San Francisco, everywhere. So
damn right.
So the second thing we're going to talk about real quick is I'm going to run down here the card for tonight as we're recording this AEW Revolution.
Exactly. As we're fucking recording this, AEW Revolution is running right the hell now.
This has happened to us before.
Yeah, we do this surprising amount of fucking times.
All right, so the card as it goes is legit. Layla Hirsch defeated Chris Statlander by pinfall. Hook defeated QT Marshall by submission. House of Black, House of Black, which is Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews, defeated Pac, Penta Oscuro, and Eric Redbeard with Alex Abrahantes. Eddie Kingston defeated Chris Jericho by submission. Due to Jericho putting over the younger talent, so to speak. Jurassic Express won their triple threat match for the AEW World Tag Team Champions. I believe they came in as champs, so I believe that was them retaining against the Young Bucks and Red Dragon.
And then they got to keep their belts.
What I guess is taking place right now is Keith Lee taking on Orange Cassidy, taking on Powerhouse Hobbs, taking on Ricky Starks, taking on Wardlow, taking on Christian Cage in the Face of the Revolution ladder match.
Yeah, I really, more than anything, I'm really hyped for that tag team match. That's a really crazy good lineup for a tag team match. And of course, I'm fucking stoked for the Face of the Revolution ladder match. Like with the lineup of the people that's in it, fucking hell. Like no matter who wins it, I'm excited.
Oh yeah, same here.
Like I would be happy to see Wardlow win it. I'd be happy to see Keith Lee win it. Christian Cage, among any of those people, deserves it.
Yeah. People from AEW though, their fan base has got to explain something to me. Got to explain to me how somebody can be a multiple time champion in a company and be misused. I just don't understand that. Jay Cargill is taking on, and these matches are not in order. These matches can take place in any order, but Jay Cargill is having her AEW TBS Championship match against Tay Conti. AHFO featuring Andrade El Idolo, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy taking on Darby Allin, Sammy G, and Sting. Moxley versus Danielson. Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa. Love me some Thunder Rosa.
Damn
and
right.
Then Hangman Adam Page takes on Adam Cole for the AEW World Championship. So tell me, brother, what are your thoughts on that card? Like as a whole, I kind of like it.
It's a really great card. You know, Britt Baker has in general since just grown on me a lot. Her in-ring ability and both as a character has come really fucking far. I'm super, super insanely juiced about Adam Cole being the antagonist to super ultra pure white meat babyface Hangman Page. And they're both of their ties all the way back to the Bullet Club is really interesting though. I like it a lot.
Yeah. I saw a meme the other day that said, "Show me some real cowboy shit." And it was like, and I forgot who it was. And then it was somebody, and then it was somebody else, and then it showed Adam Page, and it was like, perfection. And I was like, bullshit. Bullshit.
Perfection.
It's like, if you're gonna say perfection, you better be talking about James fucking Storm, the cowboy, the end all fucking
James
cowboy.
motherfucking Storm.
Only one motherfucker competes with James motherfucking Storm, and they are two motherfuckers, and they both come from like the 60s.
Damn right.
Cowboy Bob Orton and them boys, that was some real cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
I'd even throw Jimmy Wang Yang in there. That
Jimmy
was my
Wang
boy.
Yang.
Yeah.
Fucking Jimmy Wang Yang.
The Asian cowboy.
Good.
That was my dog.
The Asian
right there.
cowboy. That's too good.
But yeah, but you can't talk modern day cowboy shit without talking James Storm, baby.
I thought James fucking Storm set the gold standard for cowboy shit in the modern era.
But I actually hope Adam Page retains. Because I would agree with some so far that his title reign has kind of been lackluster. It hasn't been very memorable. So? I don't think it's been as memorable as guys like Omega's were and Jericho's were.
That is true. Those were, for lack of a better term, some stellar title reigns,
Yeah. But yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I think that when I go rewatch it later, I can't wait to see the match between that triple threat tag team match that you were just talking about.
Yeah, I know. Red Dragon versus the Bucks versus Jurassic Express.
At least I know I'll see some good wrestling out of Red Dragon and Jurassic Express. The super kick machines are I don't know. I've never been a Bucks fan. Like I'll be honest with you, like, and I don't mean the Milwaukee Bucks. I mean the Young Bucks. Like I've just never really been a Bucks fan. Like,
really,
I think that they're good wrestlers, but I think they could have a more well-rounded game for as long as they've been in the game. Like, to me, like their moveset seems kind of stunted compared to where I would expect it to be at this point.
That's understandable. I understand that. There have been times where they limit their moveset a little too much just for the lack of a term, cheap pop,
Yeah. But, everybody loves the super kick, but if you're doing 80 of them a match, it kind of loses its specialness.
Yeah. I feel that. I understand that. Personally, I love the Bucks a lot. There's that style in Japan where it just gets to the point where you just kind of stop selling shit long term. And the Bucks are kind of like the main proprietors of that, And I do love that super high octane, ultra violent, fucking breakneck speed, Japanese speed. I love that shit a lot. But that being said, the Bucks are like the main proprietors, just straight up not selling with that shit sometimes. So I get that. I really do. Like, I tell people all the time, like, if you don't enjoy the Bucks' work, like, I don't blame you. Like, it really is like one of those things that I can't really, as a wrestling fan, especially a hardcore wrestling fan, defend on some planes. But go ahead.
I can't say that I don't enjoy their matches.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm just not that like they don't get the hairs on my arm standing up. They don't get me like going.
Yeah, I feel that.
They remind me of a more athletic rockers.
I feel that. Okay, that's funny.
Jannetty and Michaels before, when they were young, but just a little bit more athletic. But you are right. I think they have a tendency to do a lot of high spots, sometimes unnecessary high spots just for the crowd pop.
Yeah. Outside of pacing just to fucking do it,
Yeah. But they seem to be a crowd favorite, and they found their niche in AEW, so I can't take anything away from them. So, they're but yeah, they're just not my gig.
I understand that.
But let's close out this segment by let's give final grades on the card as a whole. I would say I'd give it an A- to a B+.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I had to pick it, I would say this is an honest B as it goes right now. For as it's going, this is a great show, and especially by what I would say compared to the rest of what AEW has put out in terms of premium live event in the past 6 months. The last 6 months, it's like, this is the pretty standard for what they do. This isn't the most amazing shit they've done, but there's a few matches that I personally I'm biased to loving.
Like I said, I'm biased to Thunder Rosa. I wouldn't be
God
mad
damn right.
if she won that belt tonight. God damn, she's one of the
Give
finest.
her every fucking belt in the company.
I follow her on Facebook, and she is just so adorable. I just want to pick her up and put her in my pocket. Like she is just so. She reminds me of
She's
AJ
amazing.
Lee.
She's
Like
amazing.
that's how I felt about her. I just want to pick her up and put her in my pocket. There you go.
I love her. She is wonderful. Absolutely.
But that'll do it for us for this week, or for this half. We'll be back on the second half to talk a little bit about some events that happened on SmackDown this week, as well as just kind of where is WWE going with this WrestleMania card. So
how the hell are they going with this card?
We'll talk about all that and more right here on the Cheap Pop Podcast on YouTube, Spreaker, iHeartRadio. You may be listening to us on as a rerun on Live 365. Who knows? Right? But wherever you're doing it, keep listening in. We love it. Peace. You're listening to the Cheap Pop Podcast right here on the 4 Aces Presents Radio Network. Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and wherever you may find your favorite podcasts. Imagine this. It's Friday night. You're at home wishing you can listen to an amazing playlist of some of your favorite music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Pop, rock, whatever. Then take out your favorite podcast listening device and tune in to KD5P, otherwise known as K-Double's Fifth Period Music Class. Every Friday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, K-Double brings you some of your favorite tunes live on the 4 Aces Presents Radio Network on Live 365. Hey y'all, what's up? This is Double KK Double, as always, here to let you know about one of the newest shows on the 4 Aces Presents Radio Network, a sports debate show by the name of The Classroom. That's right. Every Sunday at 3 p.m., 4 Aces Presents brings you The Classroom, classic debate, starring your boy Double K, taking on the likes of O'Malley, The Duel, Suave, and others. So tune in every Sunday at 3 to check us out and listen to what the hottest debate topics in sports that week are. Peace. And we are back. Hey, you out there on the mountain. Yes, that's more Pink Floyd there, folks.
Pink Floyd, damn it.
Once again, I am here. Myself, Double K, and the one and only Alpha, bringing you the Cheap Pop Podcast.
Yep. On the flip side, ready to talk about Vince's sweaty house of fuckery. And now Vince's house of Pat fucking McAfee now. No longer is Pat McAfee on your card in NXT. Nah, Pat McAfee's on your fucking Mania card, boys.
Hey, man, you know,
Shit's gonna
I'm
be good.
glad. I'm glad because as much as everybody's like, this is a joke of a match, anybody who watched him go in War Games knows that
Knows this motherfucker can go.
Pat McAfee takes this shit seriously. He's not just another celebrity trying to get in the ring and wrestle. You
Mm-hmm.
know, um, but I'm glad him and Theory, that should be a good goddamn match. You know, he put on some good one-on-one matches with Adam Cole.
He did. They were good matches. Irrefutably, they were good matches.
You know,
Especially given his range of talent. You know, I would consider him and Bad Bunny to be some of the most impressive celebrities that have ever stepped into the ring. Not just in WWE, but as a whole, you know.
Amen. Amen. And so we got to see that match get set up. We also got to see another match get set up on Friday Night SmackDown, and it was pretty fucking smooth the way they did it.
Mm-hmm.
For the past few weeks, everybody since Sami Zayn won his baby, his Intercontinental Championship, they've been setting it up that Zayn was going to be defending the title against Knoxville. That's why they had this long running feud that's been going on since the Rumble. And for a couple of weeks there, they had me believing, and they had the internet world believing that was going to be the match at WrestleMania. Now, I was a little bit disappointed in that because I'm like, unless you're going to David Arquette it, like no celebrity should be like attempting
near the
to
title
go.
Scene.
Yeah, like that close to the title scene.
That's
well, this week, my whole theory was blown out of the water. You know, as Sami Zayn dropped the Intercontinental title to
King motherfucking Ricochet.
Ricochet! Doo, 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 bee, 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 bee.
King flip the fucking God damn it.
So
nobody
now
expected him to pull that win out of his ass.
And now we officially have the Knoxville versus Zayn match at WrestleMania. As Zayn challenged Knoxville to the match at WrestleMania in Knoxville with a pretty decent promo. I wouldn't call it good, but a decent promo.
I was going to say, like, you know, at the end of the day, if this was where Knoxville being fucking forced into the Royal Rumble leads to, I'm kind of okay with that because this has actually been pretty fucking entertaining.
Yeah, no, this has completely been entertaining. Sami Zayn showing up at the red carpet, Johnny Knoxville showing up. Yeah, it's been. It reminds me
pretty fucking entertaining.
It reminds me of one of those Attitude Era feuds.
Yeah, one of those Attitude Era level like Drew Carey type of fucking feuds. I dig it. I dig it.
So I'm here for it. You know, I'm here for Knoxville, and I think Zayn can help Knoxville put on a pretty decent performance. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Johnny Knoxville's going to come out and look as good as Bad Bunny did, because Johnny Knoxville's in his 50s, y'all. Like, Johnny Knoxville ain't
This is going to be a spot fest, and I'm happy with that. Don't expect some compelling shit like Bad Bunny and Pat McAfee. Don't expect that.
No. But it should be an interesting and fun match. I don't consider this a bathroom match.
Not a piss break.
But it made for a pretty interesting spot. And like I said, Ricochet winning the Intercontinental title and being able to carry that in the Mania, I'm definitely into that.
Like, my only thing is, like, I don't mean to be that fucking dude. I don't mean to be that dude. But the only reason I am displeased about it is because the last year or so's worth of booking for the IC title hasn't really been too stellar. As a whole, they put the strap on the person, and as a whole, the mid card, the US title has been guilty of this as well. You know, they put the strap on somebody and they flat out don't really let them defend it a lot.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that with the US belt, because Damian Priest pretty much defended his belt at just about every pay-per-view since he won.
Since Damian Priest has picked it up, he's been defending it pretty consistently. I'll give it that.
Now that he dropped it to Finn Balor, which is huge, by the way.
It's just been huge, yeah.
That
all being said, I really hope they let Ricochet defend it, is my point, though.
No, 100%.
I hope they let Ricochet defend.
Bring back the open challenge. Bring back
the fucking challenge. Bring back the open challenge.
I'm here for it. Like, anybody, like, every week, somebody new gets an Intercontinental title shot. You know, put Ricochet over, look fucking strong. Come on.
Exactly.
like you do Roman Reigns. Like they booked him super strong recently.
Oh my fucking
Yeah.
god! We'll talk about that when we talk about MSG. We'll talk about the sheer magnitude of strength that Roman has been fucking booked with.
Well, we might as well go ahead and get to it because that's what I was about to segue into.
Let's roll.
The show at MSG took place last night. It was a Road to WrestleMania show, and it saw, let's see, Alpha Academy defeat RK Bro for the Raw Tag Team Championships to retain. So it looks like Alpha Academy may be going into WrestleMania as champs. Finn Balor defeats Damian Priest via DQ. Priest got a huge pop from the hometown crowd. Balor escaped the reckoning and hit the sling blade before going up to the top. Priest avoided the coup de grace hit with a low blow to get disqualified after the match. He beat up Balor and hit the Razor's Edge. Let's see.
I was gonna say he put him away with the Razor's Edge, which was really interesting.
Yeah. SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. Usos defeat Big E and Kofi Kingston. Usos pin Kofi after a 1D. Nice. Raw.
Nice.
Nice. Raw Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch defeats Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley in a triple threat match to retain the title. When she pinned Ripley, Belair hit the KOD on Rhea, but Becky knocked her out the ring and stole the pin.
I really enjoy how much Bianca and Rhea work with each other since being called up from the main from NXT.
You don't even go here. No.
You don't even go here. You're the best. Damn it.
WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns actually defeats Seth Rollins. Reigns locked in the guillotine choke to beat Rollins in around 5 minutes.
God damn it, Roman is booked so strong, bro.
You know. Miz TV came back. I guess they came back with Miz TV. Special guest Kevin Owens. Owens got cheers. Two argued about Logan Paul. Eventually, Owens spoke about what happened to Paul at last year's WrestleMania when Miz asked for a reminder. Owens gave him a stunner and left. Right on. Drew McIntyre defeats Sami Zayn with a Claymore.
Okay.
Ronda Rousey and Naomi defeat Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville. Charlotte tapped to Rousey's armbar.
Certified piss break.
And to close, Lesnar defeats Austin Theory. Theory was a mysterious opponent and lost in quick order to Brock following a series of suplexes and then at 5. Prior to the match, Paul Heyman cut a promo about how MSG isn't the house that Vince McMahon or Hulk Hogan or The Rock, etc. built leading up to Theory's interest. Theory noted that he was here for Brock due to what Brock did to him at Elimination Chamber. After the match, Roman Reigns came down and hit Brock with a Superman punch. Brock countered a second Superman punch attempt into a series of suplexes. The Usos came out, but were also hit with suplexes. Paul Heyman tried to hit Brock with a chair, which Brock noticed, but while he was distracted, Reigns nailed him with a series of chair shots, busted him open. The Usos then brought the steel steps to the ring, leading to Reigns hitting Brock with a rock bottom.
God damn.
On the steps, Reigns and the Usos celebrated while standing over Brock, and Roman holding both championship.
There it is. On the topic of Roman being booked fucking strong.
Yeah.
Roman walked out of MSG with both titles in hand, and a Goro Lesnar laying out in front of him, bloodied on the steel steps.
Wow. Like I said, talking about Roman Reigns being booked strong, but it does worry me because remember we do have our 70-30
I was gonna say, I saw
like
that and I was like, that reminds me of a very special rule.
if you're booked strong going into the pay-per-view, normally you lose in the pay-per-view. But I don't know. I think Roman is so over with Vince that I think Vince, and I think Brock has said it himself. He's here for the money, and that's it.
Yep.
He's here because it was another payday. So yeah. I don't think Brock really wants to stick around and be the champ, and hold the belt. So either Brock wins it at WrestleMania and then drops it to Roman on the rematch at the next pay-per-view. Because don't get me wrong, folks, I know this is the third time they faced it at WrestleMania, but this ain't over yet. No matter who wins.
No way it's over yet.
Or Roman wins it and maintains. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I can tell you this, bro. I'm mad excited for the Raw Women's Championship match.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily as excited for the SmackDown Women's Championship match, but it's going to be interesting. If Rousey gets Flair to tap, that'll be interesting.
I was gonna say, I can't say how this is gonna go, you know? At the end of the day, like, I can see them eventually. I know this is happening just to give Charlotte her win, but the way things are going so far, I can see them putting over Rousey.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it.
I'm trying to think, like, of the last time, like, of a match that, like, there's only one match that for me, like, is one of those matches, like, that match on the card is just like, all right, it's there.
Fuck, that's a match. That for me is definitely Rousey and Flair. For me, that's a match.
See, for me, it's Corbin and Drew McIntyre. Like,
I forget that match was even fucking happening.
Like, I agree with most everybody else. I believe that Edge and AJ Styles is going to bring down the house.
Edge and AJ Styles should be the main fucking event as far as I'm concerned, right?
Yes. But don't get me wrong, I think Becky and Bianca Belair, I think their matches have gone the way that they've gone because they're trying to save a full match. A full banger
between the two of them, yeah.
For WrestleMania, because I think we're gonna get that.
Think so?
Yeah, I definitely think we're gonna get that.
I see that.
But other than that, like, I don't know. Like, stupendous is kind of over exaggerating to me at this point. I got to see what else they have in store.
Yeah, I agree. The card right now is just kind of meh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it the most stupendous ever when nothing new is being quite done here. A lot of these are matches we've already seen with different dynamics, or the ending to things that have been built up for years, or just things that we're already kind of done with by this point.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but Corbin and McIntyre does not need to be a Mania level feud.
No.
It is not a Happy Corbin is not the character to carry into fucking Mania. And yes, it is a really cool metric that nobody has ever kicked out of the end of days. Do you know that?
Yeah. No, I did not know that.
Cool metric is that nobody has ever kicked out of the end of days.
$20 says Drew does it at WrestleMania.
I was gonna say the whole gimmick right now is that it's not even just like something just to hype it up. Like, no, nobody has ever kicked out of the end of the day so far. The end of day so far. It's one of the most protected moves in WWE. And he was asked, like, would you rather win the WWE Championship or would you rather nobody ever kick out of the end of days? And he was like, I would rather nobody ever kick out of it because that would be way more talked about, you know?
Very true.
And I understand that, but like, yeah, I think if anyone's going to kick out of it, it's going to be Drew. Imagine him being the one to break it.
Kind of like Bobby Lashley did to the Master Lock.
I was going to say, and then stole it.
And then stole it.
And then stole that shit.
Oh, man. All right. Well, we'll finish it on that note. Mr. Alpha, take us home, sir.
All right. You know how it is, my people. Thank you for joining us today to talk about some wrestling, some Vince McMahon's House of Fuck You-isms. And never forget, it took 2 seconds and 2 sentences into being brought up for Michael Cole to be renowned as a horrible fucking person on this day. Be safe and good night. Peace out.